So it is that time of year when the majority of marketing dollars are being spent to make us feel unfulfilled and unsatisfied with our lives. I actually recently heard there is a term for us as shoppers this time of year. Apparently, people in the marketing world refer to us as the end of year consumer. Basically, the end of year consumer will spend whatever it takes to make this season feel magical and special, and in the end will pay for it after the new year anyway. And all of the marketing campaigns that are out right now really play into this feeling of you have to spend money in order for this season to feel special and meaningful. Instead, focusing on being grateful and being more intentional this time of year is going to have a way bigger impact on how we feel the next few weeks. So I wanted to share my tips on how to get through this season without the usual emotional pitfalls. Comparison really is the thief of joy, and this season makes it incredibly challenging when you are spending more time with friends and family and you're spending more time in other people's spaces. When you are spending time in your loved ones' homes, it can be particularly challenging when you are looking at what they have in terms of home decor. Sometimes our friends and family have seating that we don't have in our homes, or tables that are big enough to host the entire family, and that might be something we don't have in our own space. Instead of going into other people's environments with this mindset that they have something that I don't have, treat it as an opportunity to feel grateful to be invited into somebody else's space and enjoy the time that you get to spend with them in their surroundings. The same thing goes with holiday decor. Sometimes we can go into other people's homes and feel like, oh my gosh, they've spent way more money than I did on holiday decorations this year. Or maybe they have a color theme that's different to how you decorate. It doesn't necessarily mean it's superior to what you have. It's just a different way of decorating their home and incorporating potentially more things than you do. Other people's homes and budgets may allow them to have a larger furniture and more extravagant Christmas decorations. This doesn't take away from what you have or how your home looks, so it's best just to be appreciative to be there and don't dwell too much on how you could incorporate those same things in your own life. You're living two completely different lives in two completely different homes. A component of being invited into somebody else's home is bringing a hostess gift. This is another area where we can look around and see what other people have brought for a gift and compare it to what we brought for a gift. For a lot of people, gift giving can be such a stressful process. So again, it's best just not to dwell on what other people have brought. Instead, I always recommend bringing a gift that is attainable for you budget-wise, as well as being low stress so you don't have to think too much about what you're bringing when you do get invited to an event. And with lots of holiday parties, work events, or even visiting people in their own homes, often we can start to dwell a lot on what we're wearing to these spaces. I am personally a huge advocate for thrifting, and especially this time of year, if all you're looking for is a few festive sweaters, you often can find a few great options at your local thrift store. And if you're going to a few different events with the same people and you notice other people are wearing a brand new outfit at every single event, this does not mean that you need to do the same. It is perfectly fine to have a few festive outfits that you can re-wear at several different events. Feeling festive is not reserved for those who splurge. There are endless options when it comes to holiday decorations, whether it's just for your Christmas tree, the exterior of your house, all of the little bits and bobs that you can hang around different shelves, stockings. There's just so many decorations that a person can fill their home at this time of year. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to splurge on these items in order for them to feel meaningful in your home. Often the best holiday decorations are those that are handmade or that are sentimental and passed down year after year. And decorations of this kind are usually collected slowly over a lifetime. Decorating is not one of those things that you should get right the first few years you host Christmas. Your decorations really are something you curate over your lifetime, and it's a great idea to ask your loved ones for decorations as gifts so that when you're displaying something in your home, there's meaning behind it and a story that you can can share with somebody else. Extravagant gift giving is not necessary in order to create magic this season. This one can be really tough because a lot of people do associate love with material possessions, and a big part of that can be attributed to the marketing world telling us that in order to show your love at a certain scale, you need to spend a certain price tag. However, in my experience, and I would assume for most other people's experience, a really heartfelt and thoughtful gift that you spend a lot of time and effort into planning often goes so much farther than a gift that you just splurged on in the heat of the moment. And if you genuinely do not have the budget to buy extravagant gifts or even small sentimental items, your time is more than enough to give to somebody to make them feel special. And when it comes to gifts, you do not have to buy for every single person in your life. A great decision I made years ago was actually telling certain friends and family members that I was not going to be buying gifts for them every year. Though it can feel like a hard conversation, it is so nice just to set those boundaries with people that do not expect a gift from me. I won't expect a gift from you. Instead, we'll spend time with each other this season. We'll go out for drinks, we'll go out for dinner, and there's no gift giving that's required in order for us to feel fulfilled in our friendship this season. And the same thing goes for Secret Santas or gift exchanges. If you don't have the time, budget, or resources to participate in these events, it's so much easier to set clear boundaries that you will not be participating instead of stressing about them for weeks on end. I also find a great alternative to giving gifts or participating in gift exchanges is actually seasonal activities. It can be so fun to create traditions to do with people year after year, like going skating or sledding. These create lasting memories that really do strengthen your bond and connection with people instead of a gift that caused a lot of stress and really at the end of the day has no meaning to it. Hosting is not an Olympic sport. Hosting a holiday dinner can be so stressful because you do feel the pressure that you need to include every single traditional dish on the table or to please every single dietary restriction. At the end of the day, you can't please everyone, and your budget and time frame may mean that certain items have to get cut from the holiday menu. Choosing to make dishes that are attainable and affordable for you is the best way to go, and if there are dishes that you don't have the time or resources to make, you can always ask your loved ones to help out and bring something when they come. I often find there is also this pressure when you are inviting people into your home. You're kind of scared about what they're going to think of your space or what they're going to think about your holiday decorations. At the end of the day, when you're inviting people into your environment, they should be people who love you for who you are and they're not judging you on what you have. So give people the benefit of the doubt. If somebody does explicitly come up to you and judge you on something in your home, then perhaps they're not somebody that you want to invite in the future. When hosting for the holidays, it's important to remember that connection and conversation matters so much more than the agenda or itinerary for the evening. Even though there may be games or traditions you need to get to throughout the gathering, it's always important to remember that when you have loved ones in your space, the time you spend with them is the most important thing. And above all the decorations and making sure everything is perfectly laid out, I actually find focusing more on the mood of your home is going to have a bigger impact on how people feel in your space. Things like lighting candles, dimming the lights, or even playing some festive music are great ways for people to feel comfortable in your home. Incorporating holiday scents is also a great way to brighten the mood. Find incorporating a real tree or other greenery in your home is a great way to add a festive scent without having to light any toxic holiday candles. Avoiding the holiday hangover. You may have been away from home or out of your regular routine for a few weeks, and it can be hard to jump back into the rhythm of your regular life without taking a little bit of time to rest and recharge. Prioritizing your needs this season is incredibly important because the weeks leading up to the holidays can be so stressful, and you really do feel the pressure to attend certain events or be present when people do invite you over to their homes. It's still so important to prioritize your own peace and relaxation. So sometimes the best thing to do is to simply say no to some of the expectations of this season and just enjoy your own time doing the things that you like to do. I do personally find there is also a lot of pressure this time of year to overindulge in what we're eating or participate in excessive drinking or socializing with toxic people. If participating in these events or these activities is going to bring negative impacts into your life, and simply just opt out. It truly just is not worth it if you are not going to be happy. And it's important to keep in mind that your basic needs come first. There is simply no point in spending every single weekend at the mall to find the perfect gift, or spending every single night of the week fixing up your home in anticipation of your out-of-town guests. Keeping the greedy Grinch off your shoulder. Take time to pause and set your spending expectations for the new year. Sometimes it can be really tricky if our spending starts to snowball through the month. By the time we get to January, we're just so used to being on a spending spree that sometimes we just need to pause for a week or even a month of low spending in order to recalibrate our ideas and our vision for where our budget should be. Sometimes gift giving or receiving just does not turn out the way we thought it would. For instance, if you receive some items that you're just not that thrilled about, it is not your burden to hold on to them. I find the new year is a great time to simply donate these items. You do not have to hold on to them throughout the year and make use of them if you simply just do not like them. And with gifts that you were hoping or expecting to receive that you did not, this is a great opportunity to reflect on those items, really evaluate whether they are something that would have improved your life or if it really is a necessity that you need, instead of just impulsively buying them on Boxing Day. And after all of the overconsumption of the holiday season, if you still find yourself wanting more, I would hands down recommend decluttering in the new year. By donating unused or unwanted items, as well as cleaning your space, this can give you a great new perspective that can help soothe that consumerism urge. So those are my 5 tips when it comes to enjoying a more intentional and slow holiday season. And with all the hustle and bustle of the holiday season, it's important to remember that taking time to slow down and spend time with the ones you love, enjoy good conversation and good food with those people, as well as spending time outside and just generally being grateful for the people you have as well as the things that you have. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a like and leave me a comment on which tip you found the most helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more interior design and intentional lifestyle content. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.